When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Oh, I hear them laughing.
Yes, you do.
Kevin's in here. I know hockey was a big thing yesterday.
Oh,
I watched. Yeah. Yeah, Sabres. I mean, that's impressive.
I hate the Sabres, but it was great yelling across my TV in the garage. It was about 10 seconds ahead of Bob's.
Oh, really?
So I kept yelling. All I hear is, Mother!
Who's your team?
I'm a Rangers fan.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the poor Rangers. The two fit chicks are here.
Hi.
It's Rebecca and Joanne, and they've been doing the podcast with us for, gosh, a little over a year. I
Has
would
it
think.
been over a year? Have
Over a
we
year.
hit
Has it been?
a year?
I don't.
It has
Pretty
been,
close,
yes.
yeah.
We're,
It's been,
so.
coming up on it
Yeah.
anyway.
Because we were at the old spot, now we're at the new spot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, and Rebecca has a dog that is not Rebecca's. It
Yeah.
is
Yes.
inadvertently belongs to
It's Moranimal's animal.
well, it's my ex-wife's dog. She's moving back
Did you get that in
here.
the divorce?
No.
But she's got the pink on.
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
right?
Kelsey.
So
And I did
cute.
not.
She's got pink,
So
right?
my son was supposed to be home. He wasn't. So I'm racing back to get to him to do something. And then my other son, there was like this. It's a story that you can't really tell because too many people would
She
be
wants to go on the
pissed
table.
off and stuff. But it's almost like it's unbelievable. It's like an unbelievable story.
It's an unbelievable
Yeah.
story, but Bill saved this little baby from being in a crate all day.
The
and that
poor
was so
dog was in the
nice.
crate, and I felt terrible because my son would have been home almost
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours prior to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, oh, the poor dog. So I'm racing home, and I'm, trying to do a bunch of other things, and it's just.
Well, I think that was
This is
nice
where
of
she
you
Yes.
to bring the
landed,
dog
right
either.
here.
Pussy.
But she's
And we-
What was I gonna?
Pussy.
I know.
Let me
but,
tell you.
But
the
here's
minute-
the thing. Like I hear what you're saying, right? I hear you because it's almost like oh, you're a whip. It's not so much that I can't have a live living creature and know that it's I don't know, unsettled.
No,
I'll
good
just
for
put
you.
it that
It's
way.
the fucking zoo.
No.
Yeah, but it's not, and
But
it's
it
like
was
it's a
in a
dog, and I feel
crate.
terrible. I feel bad, and I would love to have a dog. Like I would get a Boston Terrier or something that's small, but I just can't. I don't have the.
the time.
I just don't have the
Yeah.
time,
I
and
know.
it just seems like it would be
fair. It
cruel.
would be fair.
It's
Yeah.
shitty to do
You
to a
want this
dog.
again, Jojo?
So I don't really like that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We had talked about Looksmaxxing on here and some other things, and on one of the videos, Rebecca said something about we should be on to talk about this, and I thought, yeah, that's a great idea
Yeah.
because we do produce the Two Fit Chicks. You can go find them on YouTube. You can find them on wherever you get your podcasts. You can hear the audio versions, but if you'd like to see them, Rebecca currently is working on getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, right?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
And my sidekick over here is doing it with me.
I'm
but
doing
she's
along with her.
doing it for Hot Girl Summer.
Hot Girl Summer.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm toying with whether or not I'm actually.
She might.
I might.
She
yeah.
might.
You might do the competition.
I might do it.
too, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go through all this.
Now,
effort.
hang on a second. Now, hang on. Now, this is going to be kind of, I don't want this to come off the wrong way.
Okay.
But what category do they put you in?
Bikini.
No. Like, no.
It goes by age.
Yes,
Bill.
it does. Yes, it does.
That's what he was asking.
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
it
And
goes
what do
all-
they call it? What do they call
I'm
it?
part of the geriatric one.
Do they call you? It's
No,
No,
it's
no.
called senior, right?
It is
Would it be
senior.
senior or
Yes.
what is it?
No, Masters.
Master.
Oh.
Masters. And the one that
Is
that
Masters 45 over?
It depends.
Because in boxing, it might. I don't think it was
35 plus was the one that I got my pro card in, was 35 plus
Okay.
master. So I felt
Yeah.
pretty damn good. I'm 50
Yeah.
years old, or
Right,
and
right.
I'm getting a master's pro card in 35 plus. So
They
there
let
you
the
go.
African American ladies in that division.
But
why?
Yeah, you can have
In the
American-
Masters division.
Oh,
Kevin.
I totally went right over my head.
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know
what?
he said.
Yeah, of course there are. Yeah.
Oh.
Pull
Which
her
one?
camera back just a little bit. Let's see. There
but,
we go. Okay, good.
But this one, you can do open too. So that would be
Yeah.
all ages. It would be the masters ladies and the novice or
Novice.
first time. Novice is first time. So you could be older or young.
Right.
But then, there's the open division where you have like the younger and the older masters. But there is a 50 plus. I saw
Yes.
there was
Oh,
a,
there's
that
50
would-
plus.
there's a 50 plus
That would-
in this one.
That would be me
Yeah.
because I'm 58.
which is
so that would be
amazing.
me.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
But would you
But-
be 50 plus too, or
Yeah,
not?
I mean, I'm
She would-
oh,
she's
but you're competing in the 35.
No,
Well-
she's competing in the pro division because
Pro
she's got
division.
a pro card. I don't.
So
Oh.
she would be doing.
I would be doing
novice.
like novice,
Or
and I could do like
You could do open.
or
Yeah,
also in my age group, right?
they
So
would
you
have
could
an age
do-
group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can compete in more than one category. What you can do like
you could do
several
multiple
different-
categories.
Okay.
Like when
So,
I
like,
when I got my
three.
pro card, it was masters, which is 35 plus. But I also got third in open, which is with the 19-year-olds and
Yeah. She
Now,
was-
how good did that feel? How
she
good
was-
did that
yeah,
feel?
amazing. 'cause
Oh, what do you
I
mean
was at
amazing?
Third.
That's
I
what I'm
know.
saying. That's got to be
Yes.
like, shove it up your ass.
The
honey.
girl-
There were so many girls being
You-
catty in the
let me
back.
tell
It was
you.
You
bitch.
could be my daughter, girlfriend.
the one that won was like
I love that.
18 or something, like
yeah.
a 20.
Oh, really?
She was like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got first place. Rebecca got third. It was like 18, 21, and then there's Rebecca.
Wow. That's
No, she. Oh my God, you looked so freaking good.
Oh, thank
Oh my
you.
God,
I'm-
I was
plan on
screaming.
beating- I plan
was
on
in
beating
that
that this
audience
time.
so
screaming.
it takes such a focus and a discipline, and I would assume like calorie counting, and you've got to make sure you're getting enough sleep and all that
All
stuff.
that stuff.
Yeah, so you're not much fun as much as you want to call it hot girl summer. Hot girl summer ends like every day ends when the sun goes down.
Well, we
I
consider
mean-
hot girl summer as we want to look good in a bikini. That's a hot girl summer to us.
Hot
We
girl
don't
summer
care.
to us.
We don't care if we go to bed at like 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
no, we'll go to bed
or 10
early.
o'clock.
We're still fun, Bill.
We're still hot girl.
Yeah, no,
Like,
well,
We're still fun.
okay.
What do you?
Yeah.
What? We're
I
not-
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we're still
It doesn't mean we can't go out and dance and have a good time. Still,
Okay,
We're out.
yeah.
I went
Yeah.
out and saw a couple bands
Drink
on
water.
Friday night. I drank water the whole
And
night.
she
but
was fun.
I will still sing along and like I don't need
Yeah.
alcohol
Yeah.
to be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me-
I do.
me.
I
You do?
I enjoy alcohol. I do enjoy
Yeah.
alcohol, but I have found myself I've cut way back.
Oh yeah.
I just don't have the time. I think you start to see well, at least for me, and I would encourage people to go check out the Two Fit Chicks because they had Brian, who is the owner of Capone's, on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brian has an unbelievable backstory. I
Yeah.
mean, it is freaking wild.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was saying that I could kind of relate to so much is that a lot of and he didn't really stick his foot in here, but what you start doing is you use it as a way to avoid dealing with the heavy shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
everybody has heavy stuff.
Right.
And if I'm being really honest these days, I can see the ramifications of getting separated from my wife and not putting the kids first, not making the kids be the absolute focus. And finding any other excuse instead of having to sit with the pain of that,
Right.
right? Because it's
Right.
painful. You've been
Yeah.
through it, right?
Yeah.
You've been through it.
Yep.
It's a painful thing. Instead of doing that, I would go to a bar and hook up or whatever,
Right.
and it would just be avoidance. And then
Right.
you'd wake up and you'd be hungover, and all the shit you didn't get to just starts piling up.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
now I'm so far behind. It's like you can't even get caught up. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm
Yeah.
so happy that you guys are all right with the dog.
Oh my God, we love the
Um,
dog.
She's
She's so cute.
I mean, it's
I can't
ironic
tell
that
where
she
she
has
wants
pink
to be.
on.
I know we love that she's wearing pink.
Well, that's the thing is like try me. I'm walking the dog around, and then everything's
I know.
I mean, it's
right. It's
like-
so
But
funny.
if there is no bigger chick magnet than either walking around with a puppy or a baby.
yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
So like
I didn't. Yeah, I don't. I'm good.
But he's like,
Bill's
this
like, I don't
one
want
has
any
pink on though. Like
we
it's
don't want
kind of
even with the pink.
We're all
Doesn't
good.
want to be a chick magnet.
No,
I know.
I don't need to be a chick magnet.
yeah.
But the dog, I don't even think about that stuff. Like I sometimes wonder what kind of guy I am because I don't care. I just don't care.
So you don't think about attracting women? Is that what you're saying?
No, well, that would make me sound gay. Then I'd know what
Right.
kind of man I was. No, what I'm saying is,
I'm just trying to understand
right,
what you
Kevin?
meant.
Am I
Oh,
wrong?
no.
Is that did I do that wrong?
The
no.
math checks.
No, what I was going to say is I don't think about the dog's wearing pink and I should be embarrassed
Oh,
because
yeah,
the dog's pink and it's a
Oh no,
it's a soft little dog and it's a like it looks
you
like a
shouldn't be
stuffed out. But I just I don't know.
Yeah.
Those things don't even bother me.
Yeah.
I'm
No, it
That's
shouldn't.
good.
I mean, I don't
It's
see why.
less gay if you're walking it instead of pushing it in a stroller.
well, that's true.
I mean, it's
Okay.
east side, so
That's
you should be
true.
pushing it in
Yeah,
a stroller.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you were pushing it in the stroller,
What if I
then
had it in my backpack or my messenger bag?
I think it would be cute. I'd still be like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you know a lot of girls would be like, "Oh my god, how cute!" I know.
I don't. Yeah.
I have a
I've-
guy just for you.
I have to say though, walking on Park Ave, I've seen a lot of strollers with cats.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
What is
A
going
lot
on?
of strollers with
I don't know the
cats.
cat
I'm like,
thing.
what is going on
I
with the
don't
cats
know.
in a stroller?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, our cat, my
Yeah.
daughter's cat, wouldn't ever allow any kind of anything. You couldn't
But I've
put her in a
seen
stroller.
it.
nothing.
Hi. Yeah.
Aw,
Oh, you
Yeah.
kiss licking me?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
think
that
the
little
breath is
kisses.
pretty nasty.
it's bad.
That's pretty bad.
Her
From what I
breath is
understand.
bad. Yes.
Oh, really?
The dog.
Yeah.
The dog's breath. Yes.
Yeah.
Get a
Yes,
greenie.
it was
You lazy
I did.
bastard.
No, it has greenies. It has everything. But I'm telling you, like,
Brush its teeth.
I couldn't. I raced home from where I was all day, and it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was within a 20-minute period. Like you could just feel everybody was like coming in at
Oh,
once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming in at once. Like I'm trying to go to the bathroom, and I got my
Oh.
middle son calling me about
Okay.
something that has to do with, and it's like you wouldn't believe it. If I was like, okay. So in those situations where I used to like get myself all worked up, I'm like, well, all right, it's not really my problem, but let me see if I can help in some way. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a better way to be. I can't.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
great.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Well, that's where I think for you guys, because you work out. The name of the podcast is Two Fit Chicks. The movement is so great to just get up and move every day.
Yeah.
I know that you're doing some hard stuff, and I think having to do hard things is pretty good, right? You always
Oh, yeah.
feel so much better.
Yep.
You feel like you accomplished something.
Yep.
But with depression and things, I mean, movement. It's like that's what you really want. Is that's what they tell you to do. Get out and kind of move,
Yeah.
and it gives you a better perspective. And I think from a mental health perspective as well,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because
That's our drug.
right, because life never stops coming at you.
No, it doesn't.
No, I mean it's
No.
you're buying cars, you're getting hit by plows, you got
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Just like that, pretty
Yeah.
much. And you know what? After I got hit by a plow, I was at the gym. After you
Yeah.
got your car, we go to the gym.
Right to the gym.
Right to the gym.
That's
Yeah.
where we go. We
That's
don't.
our
yeah.
like. We got to go to the gym.
yeah.
Like don't let this get in the way. We need to go to the gym. Even when you got your car, remember we had to hurry up.
Picked
and
it
get to
up
the gym?
and then went right to the gym.
Yeah.
So-
But it's that's our. I always say it's my. That is what keeps me sane.
Mhm.
Like you go to the gym, you could be. I could be as upset about something, whatever it is, and in that, doing something really hard, you're pushing weight that's heavier than you normally do, or you're
Yeah.
that little adrenaline boost that you get from
Mm,
that just is it's
And-
therapeutic.
This is kind of funny. We were walking on the treadmill. I said to Jojo, "We can never be fat. You know that, right?"
It's
Because now we're
because
officially the two
now
fit
that
chicks.
people are
We
don't
can never be fat.
we can never let ourselves
So we
go.
can never let ourselves go.
I know, but hopefully
Yeah, you gotta hold it all.
We gotta
through,
hold-
We don't
gotta
have
keep
it in us, anyways. We're never gonna get we're too obsessed.
No, it's a well, yeah, and but besides that, you don't feel as well, and you
No.
don't sleep as well, and
No,
and
but
it's all-
I work out, to be honest with you. I've always said it's a byproduct of working out as hard as we do is that we become fit from it. But it's so much more than
Mental.
what I
Yeah,
look
definitely
like,
mental.
motivating me to go to the gym. It's like I need that.
Exactly.
I
Me
need
too.
that. Whatever. What is it? Endorphins. Whatever
Yes.
happens when you're working out, that
You
I
release
need.
that,
I need to
yeah.
release that. I need to. I'm a high energy person. Sometimes I like I'm moving all the time. I'm on my feet all day at work. I need to get this out of my
Yeah.
system
Yeah.
somehow. And
I've always
yeah,
been like that
it's just a byproduct of it is that you look good on top of that. You feel
Yeah.
better. It's, I
Well, it's
do
gotta
hash
help
a
with your-
lot out in my head.
Oh, you do?
Oh, hell yeah. When
Yeah.
I'm in my head, when I am working out, there's like
focus.
all kinds
yeah.
of whatever I'm dealing with.
Really?
I'm hashing
Yeah.
it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you made major life decisions? Not major life, but big decisions.
She pretty much yes.
I sure the hell have. I sure have. I
Yes,
sure
she
have, Bill.
What was that guy's name?
I
Never
know.
mind. Never mind.
I know.
Never mind.
I know. I sure have. At the gym.
Yeah. And his
Yeah.
name wasn't Jim.
His name was not Jim. No.
Yeah.
I that's a great way to be. It's a
Yep.
good way to keep yourself. But the other thing is like it's got to give you the confidence to walk into a room.
It does.
You
too.
never feel like someone's looking at you and going, if anything, they're looking at you side-eyed to be maybe jealous. Do you feel that?
Do I feel like that? No.
I mean, hopefully it's not the
I
case
don't
because
think
we're.
so.
I feel like we don't. We.
I mean,
know, more-
I don't think
we
that
give
people
that
are
energy,
jealous.
that good energy. So I
Yeah.
feel like we have a good energy, but there are those. I say some women that may feel that way. I would think. But
I don't know if I ever really feel that from people.
Right.
I mean, whether it's happening or not, I don't know. But I do feel obviously
I felt that from people, especially women.
I feel like
but as soon as they see that I'm like a nice person and I'm like,
People have said
loving
that,
and,
yeah.
then they realize, oh, okay. And they change their tune a little bit, but
Right.
Until they get to know me, maybe.
people have said that to us. Like
Yeah.
that
You're intimidating.
that
Do they say that or no?
that like that we're actually very nice. No, that they're like you're actually
have really
you're
good
very
energy.
authentic. Like you
and,
guys are really nice. But I think that initially maybe they might think
like, oh, here
you
comes
know
these
like
girl,
I
like,
don't know.
kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, I've been told in my life before, like not knowing me until you talk to me, like whether or not you're gonna be friendly. I don't know. Do
You
people
and I
think that-
talked about this, like when we've talked about jobs, when you go into
yeah.
like when you worked for that jewelry store one
yeah,
time.
that
when
was
you were
a problem.
younger. Yeah. And then when I worked in
Yeah.
things too, and well,
So
I
like,
have to say the office that I walk into sometimes
Yeah,
in
the
the beginning,
girls
they
can
looked at me like,
be,
oh, here
like-
we go.
Yeah.
But then once they really get to know me, then they like, no, okay.
Then they
she's,
know that you're not. I
mean,
did have-
think, still sometimes
yeah.
I think I get.
I had gotten a job as
Made her
in
harder,
my
try.
younger years. It was like a second job at a jewelry store, and the manager that hired me, unbeknownst to me, was like running the videotape of me coming in the store and showing everybody, like, look at this girl I just hired, and all the women. When I started working there, when I came
Man,
in,
the good old
they're-
days, fellas.
they're out
That was
there.
the good old days.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit now.
Yeah,
I know, right?
but they all were mean to me. The girls were not friendly at all, and I
Yeah.
didn't
They're like, "Here
understand-
she
I'm like,
comes."
I didn't understand what was going on. But he also was like, every single thing I did, he was like, "Oh no, you don't have to do, like, don't touch the garbage. You don't have to empty the garbage. Oh, you don't have to. You don't
Is he
have to.
trying to?
You don't have to vacuum the floor." And so he was giving me all this
Yeah,
special.
but he-
Special treatment.
Now I don't know. I'm young. I don't know.
She's like,
that
oh, okay,
what my
thanks.
job
I like this
is.
job.
But those girls did tell me after they got to know me, they were really mean to me at first. And then as working together, then they were like, oh my God, we really, then they kind of were like, we're so sorry. We were really like,
judging you.
we were horrible when you first started because this, and this. And I had no idea that
Yeah.
that's what was going on. But yeah, so it can be.
Yeah.
What is it when? So the manager is, and I had friends in radio. When we worked in radio, there were a lot of attractive saleswomen, and we used to have like ranking systems, and we would stand outside the studio
God.
and watch who was coming. And there were nicknames like Sex Shoe because she always wore these big high heels, and there were all
I
kinds
love it.
all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. And you couldn't do that today.
Yeah.
90s were a fun. The 90s were a fun time.
Well, the 90s were a fun time, but right, Dad, what were you like in the 90s? Well,
I was a bit of a pervert.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know that it was a good thing. But there seemed to be a more cohesive work unit. Does that make sense? In other words, like it just seemed like that kind of playfulness made for a better working environment, as long as it didn't go too far.
As long as it didn't go too far. I mean, I also got locked in an office, my manager's office, when I was a waitress, and he would not let me out because he was trying to get me to kiss him, and he was an old married man, and I'm like, let me out, please, So that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's not cohesive.
Yeah,
that did not make it fun. It made it creepy.
No, all right. So I do think there's those moments. I remember, I've told this story on the podcast before, but I wound up being sort of like a de facto manager. They were trying to get me to be the program director of the radio station. I did not want it. And they basically made me the program director of Weeze's show. And at the time, it was also being heard in Buffalo. And so there was a lot of moving parts to it. And I had an intern who also babysat my kids when they were little. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the sales meeting lets out. And she has some kind of hat on that day. And she had been Miss New York, or I don't know.
Oh.
And so she's walking out, and I'm right behind her, and two guys. Like, I mean, they just couldn't fucking help themselves. They just couldn't. They're like, hey, you're looking good. Yeah. Love to see you with just the hat on.
Oh.
Blah, blah. And she turned around and said to me, that makes me really uncomfortable. Well, in my de facto role of they're trying to push me to be programmed.
Shit, I got paperwork. Son of a bitch.
Well, so right, but it's not even that. It's like, okay, let's lay the cards on the table. Right. I know these guys. Right. They're guys, and now I got to go and confront them.
Right.
And I got to go to their manager and say, hey, man, you got somebody who's making someone uncomfortable.
Right.
And I was never, well, we'll get to, so this guy basically, he didn't want to do it. Right. Nobody really wanted to deal with this.
Right.
And then he wound up, bringing them in, and I'm in there, and they're like, oh, it's just a fucking joke. They're getting all angry because they're embarrassed. Yeah. They're embarrassed, and they knew exactly what they did.
Right.
They knew exactly what they did.
Right.
And the thing is, like, if someone had said it to, I don't know if they were married at the time or not, but if someone had said it to their wife or or later on their daughter, it doesn't land the same way.
Right.
And so I think, like, in those instances, I don't know if I was always just too big a pussy. I would have to really feel comfortable with somebody. And then what I might do, if it was playful, is I would say it so the only person who's hearing it is her.
Right. So there's no witnesses.
Right.
Well, it's not even that. It was just like, it was more fun to me for people to wonder what I was saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that sort of thing. But I was always raised where it was like, my mom worked. My mom had a master's degree. My mom pushed to be on the mortgage in the early 70s. She wanted her name on there, even though she
Women
was
didn't typically do that.
they didn't. They couldn't. The bank wouldn't let them because you were going to have babies and you were going to be on maternity leave.
Oh, wow.
And maternity leave back then could be 2 years.
Sure.
So what happens to the household income? Well, it drops.
Right.
Yeah.
So they didn't want women on there. My mom pushed and pushed and pushed.
That's amazing.
And pushed herself on. So I wouldn't say like you're necessarily a feminine. I was just always kind of aware, and I could see where it's hard.
Right.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
And when you're trying to compete, and in the sales side of things, if you looked good, and I mean, even the women would joke back then. Oh, got your closing skirt on, one would say to the other, right? And that would be the thing. You show a little leg, whatever it was, to take it. I don't know if you can say those things today because it's taken so obscene. But I mean, here you guys are, right? Touchy. You spend so much time in the gym. If you came in and you put on, and I'd be like, God damn, closing today, huh? Right? Because if you were, only because I think it's almost like you earned it.
Right.
You wanted to look good.
Yeah.
But a woman can say it to a woman.
A woman
I
can say it.
I couldn't
Yeah,
say it to
right.
Rebecca.
No, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't have said it at any point in my
Right,
life
right.
would I have said that, unless I was
Oh,
like,
we could play guess the you with you, and there's probably a number of things we could guess that you ewed.
that I ewed.
No, you probably said some. I just share a studio with you. You said
No.
some.
I would
Some things.
say things. I was on the other side of glass.
Oh, I know.
No one
I'm
could
not-
hear me.
I'm
Double
not-
pane glass.
I'm not disputing that. but
No,
there
and
was
I'm
some
not
you.
saying that I wouldn't say things
Right.
at all. But it wasn't really
I've been to Mulconners with you. You said some things.
like what?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
okay,
I
yeah.
was right there with you.
Yeah, I probably have. But
But that's all.
I think it was you. It was you.
That might
me,
be the
That's in a
alcohol.
social setting,
Yeah.
though, not in your work environment, right?
Right,
You're
no,
talking
work
about
environment
like, work
is-
environment
call
stuff.
Carrie and ask
Yeah.
her what we said because I don't remember what we said. But
There's-
I'm sure it was not.
it's people need to feel safe,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And if you don't feel safe, if someone's locking you in their office,
Yeah, that was
That's fucking
extreme.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But back then nothing. I mean,
nothing happened.
nothing happened. No,
Nothing
the
happened.
managers were all the guys were perverts. You were subjected to that. But we're talking like 40 years ago. you
Right,
know?
but even
right.
then, it's
Yeah.
like it's not better. And I always thought like, yeah, Me Too needed to happen, right? It
Right.
needed to come
Right.
to a certain
Right.
point.
Right.
I always wondered, like, do we just throw the people out completely, whoever they were, or do we
Right.
hope that they can somehow and do they change, or are they just pissed off now and doing it behind your back, or in some
Yeah.
covert way? I don't know,
Yeah.
but the whole thing should be like, and you would want it
Honestly,
for your daughters to be
No,
able to.
I wouldn't want that for my daughters.
No. I mean, walk in and feel safe at wherever
Oh
they
yes,
work.
I would want them
Yes,
to walk in and
of,
feel
of course.
But back then, there was nobody to even complain to.
Yeah.
If it's the
I know, but
managers,
yeah, who
it's
would
the
you-
people running this place. They're the highest people in the
Right.
establishment. Who are you going to go tell?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just,
Let it.
I
there's
just,
nothing-
I
you
mean,
can't do anything about
you
it.
couldn't. There was
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, there was essentially nothing that could have, like, at that point, I didn't feel there was anything I could have done
Yeah.
about that. But I'll say I work in a salon, and in that environment, you're all women basically. I mean, there's once in a while there might be a guy in the salon that works there, but for the most part,
He's a woman too.
they're one of the girls. And so we joke and we have a great time, and we can be inappropriate all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
We really, it's a different environment.
Definitely with a woman like
We have a
that, yeah.
ton of fun, and nobody, and I will say never in a salon environment. We all are so encouraging of each other. Like, nobody gets jealous.
Oh,
of
there's
you.
one
No.
girl you hate. There's
No, there
Tina in the
isn't.
corner.
No, there
that
isn't.
bitch, you hate her.
We all love each other, and we have
That's
such
awesome.
a, like
Tina with
yeah.
her cunty bob.
Yeah.
Country Bob.
No,
yeah.
but I will tell you, there is no bigger of a environment where you get hyped up as being in the beauty industry. We all are into fashion. We're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
into
like
beauty.
hair,
But you
and
all
we're
also-
very much into the same stuff.
I wonder if there's one thing that's different than other work environments. That is, it's almost as though you're each putting out your own shingle, right? Are you paying to rent that chair, or
I work in 2 salons. One of them I rent. The
Yeah.
other one I'm an employee of.
okay?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're renting, you own it.
Right.
in
You
your
own
own
your
way.
little, your own little
customers.
business. But I
Yeah.
will say, in the salon that I rent in, I've been there for 25 years. It's a small salon. We are like family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
We do not act like we are singular. We help each other. We're all
Well, that's what I
one
mean.
unit. We don't
That's what I
act
mean
like-
is I think like when you feel like you're invested.
Yeah.
Right. You're invested in it
Right.
versus I
Yeah.
come to work for a corporation.
right.
I'm invested in this, and for 25 years, a quarter century.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I love. They're my, the salon owner. She's like my mom. I always say
Yeah,
she's
I
like
love
my
that.
cool
Carol. Yeah.
young mom. Even she's in her upper 70s, and you would never know it.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
never know it. She looks
Yeah.
so young.
Oh well, 70 is the
Yeah.
new 60. I mean,
And-
come on, what are
Right.
we
I mean,
talking
we're
gonna
about?
be that.
She's literally like 6 years younger than my mother, who my mom is. It's like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could be 20 years apart if you
Right.
looked at the two of them. So it's amazing.
The difference.
But but we are a family. Like, with those girls, like, we've gone through so many stages of life together, and we've all worked together forever, and it's great. The other salon is huge. There's a ton of young, a lot of young ones, which I love working with young people.
Yeah.
They are so much fun. We're so chatty. There's all kinds of fun stuff that we talk about, and and it's everyone over there is employees, but we also
get along really well.
Yeah,
and support each other.
It's funny because there's so many things like with you guys. I don't even need to come in with like notes because it just the conversation will just go and something will pop to me. But, I don't get to watch a lot of television, and I'm starting to realize that I probably shouldn't. I have a friend who's like written 2 or 3 books, and I go, "Where do you find the time?" He's like, "I don't watch TV.
Right.
I'll watch sports in the fall for football.
Yeah,
that's it." And I'm like, "Damn." So I've been trying to do more stuff like that. Yeah. But where you just brought up, and I wonder if this is an interesting thing as you get older, your mom saw older people act old.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
True. Right.
Yeah. And what did you say? You are 58?
I'm 58.
58 didn't look like this and wasn't working out.
Right.
And they just weren't.
Right.
It's like the
By
Golden
that point,
Girls.
it was
like the Golden Girls.
Well, they were younger than
yeah.
that.
We're
like
younger.
in their 40s.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So I just wonder if it becomes a mentality thing. Like this is how you're supposed to be when you're old. And I watched this show Hacks, which I love on HBO.
It's it's after Euphoria. I just didn't get into watching it.
Well, Hacks I loved because it's been it's the 5th season now.
Okay.
But she's a stand-up comic.
Okay.
I think it's loosely based on Joan Rivers. She has a QVC channel and all this stuff. She hires a young writer. She gets a late night show. She loses the late night show.
It's got to be. Then.
It's really, really just it's well done. And in just having been around comedy and comics and comedy clubs, it's really true to form. But last night she went on a date with some younger guy and she was trying to get herself back because she's been banned from television. She's got a non-compete and all this stuff. Okay. So she would call paparazzi. He had a residency, young rock star, and he wound up dumping her. And then she's talking to this guy she used to date whose wife gets arrested at the wedding because she's wanted in for, I don't know, money laundering or fraud or whatever on the day they're getting married. Okay.
Oh my God. Right. Okay.
And they're sitting afterwards and she goes, but isn't it great that at our age, we can still have heartbreak?
True.
Isn't it great that there's somebody that wants to find you attractive? And I go, boy, if all of life isn't a mindset, right? Where you guys are still moving. And my grandmother was younger than me when I was born and she looked old and acted old. She lived to 96.
Yeah.
But I mean, she wasn't this. And I just think that it becomes like a thing. And I wonder if you're going to see kids like your kids and all live longer because that's just you just don't get old. Right. We just don't get as old as we used to.
Right.
I don't know.
It's really, I honestly, I feel like in my mind, I really just don't even think about, I don't feel any different in my mind. I don't think about my age, like 58. I don't think about it.
Right.
I still feel like I'm that 26-year-old.
Me too.
I
Me
really
too.
do. I don't know. I haven't surrendered to it or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, it does, I think. And I it's funny because I will see guys my age that I'm like, wow, they look older.
Right.
And, even if it's just 5 years or so. And the other side of that too is like, even my college roommate's like, I just want to go home and put my feet up. And he's in great shape and, his kids are, but it's just he and his wife now.
Right.
And it is almost like a different mentality where I'm just like, oh no, my chaos is still going on.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
Yeah, let me tell you, we work all the time. As a matter of fact, like I just can't stop stacking stuff on my plate.
I know.
So there is no time to go home. I'm going to start working with her at the restaurant now on the weekends because now I got my weekend nights free.
Yes.
So I'm like,
why do you have your weekend nights free?
Well, because I don't have a boyfriend anymore. So I always was out on the weekends.
Fellas?
We are taking time.
Oh, are you taking some time
I
off?
need to be. Yeah, no, I'm healing. It was, I'm healing.
Healing?
Yeah, I'm healing. I need to be
Physically or emotionally?
Not physically.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Nothing.
It's been 3 months, so
All right.
I'm it's mentally, you know, and I just want to,
mentally,
you know what, I'm
definitely
focusing on this, you know, the workout stuff we're doing, you know, the prep work and all that. And that's the other thing being, you know, my age, you know, when we get up in the morning and look in the mirror, we are like, oh, we're going to be improving. Like I don't think like, oh, I'm 58 and my body's just going to get, you know, downhill from here. It's still in my mind, we're going to look better this summer because we have all these goals and we're going to improve our
That's
physique.
where we get our hot girl summer from.
And I don't think it's over. Like, I don't think that I can't still continue to look better. I don't know. And then when you're younger, I mean, you're like that. When you're younger, you're always striving to, you know,
I want to look good this summer.
Yeah, do whatever. Like, and so in my mind at 58, well, you bet your ass I'm going to still do that. So are you.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going to improve. Like, it's not over. No. I don't know. But,
and I think that's the right way to go.
People are like, I'm going to go.
Look, my grandfather died at 72. He retired from the railroad and said, the only way. Now, my uncle, his oldest son, was a pilot for Delta Airlines.
Okay.
Which meant he had been in Nam. He was a Navy pilot and then became a commercial pilot. My grandparents could have flown anywhere in the world for free on buddy passes. You flew standby, but you could go anywhere in the world for free. My grandfather proudly declared, the only way I'm leaving Jersey is in a body bag.
Wow.
And he did. That's it. Right? At 72. At 72, which today is kind of young.
It is young.
Yeah, it is young.
We'll take a moment. I want to I want to get into some of the stuff that you guys had commented on.
Okay.
When did dating become a ranking system? I think it's always sort of been a ranking system, but I've never been on dating apps, so I don't really know. I don't know the whole criteria, but I think maybe you guys can speak to that. We'll get to it right after this.
Okay.
When did dating become like a ranking system? And I think that maybe that question, as I'm reading back what I wrote, you're not meeting someone. It's like you're being graded along the way. And I've never been on a dating app, so I don't know. I've never done any of these meetups or anything, and I haven't done I was married for 20 years, and then, you know, whatever came along. But if you're not in the top 5% on the dating apps, now there's a thing, Looksmaxxing, that's getting a lot of attention. I don't know if you've heard of the term.
No, I haven't.
Looksmaxxing?
Looksmaxxing, and it's young guys. There's this young guy named, he goes by the name Caligula, I believe.
Okay.
And he talks about taking a hammer to his face to reshape the bone structure and get the bone structure he needs. And
what?
Yes.
Okay.
And all kinds of nutty stuff. I think the kid may be in the, he may be in the hospital. I'm not sure.
For doing this? like for what?
Hitting his face with like
and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it started as kind of a male-coded internet thing, and it was about looking your best and how important looks are, and you want to look your best, and you know, but it went beyond working out and diet and clothes. It went into kind of rearranging your face, so to speak, and making that.
I had no idea. I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, bone smashing, mewing, where they try to get the jawline. All this stuff.
This is like you know, getting surgery, like that kind of stuff. Like,
is it
right? But women have been sort of Looksmaxxing for forever.
Yeah.
And
this is,
and it's not plastic surgery. This is like homemade
What?
stuff. They're young. I mean, this guy's like, what is he, Kevin? I think he's 20.
Okay, I have not heard of this. I have not heard of this.
It is terrible. But like today, I'm driving my son in the car, and he goes, "Man, you got to pull up alongside this car and look over at the woman. She looks like she's filled with plastic."
Oh yeah.
And then I see the woman, and she didn't look like she was filled with plastic. She just looked like she had a lot of Botox, and her skin was tight, or whatever. And he's like, "Come on." See that. Well, he's 16, so right.
Okay.
He's not holding on to the stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Where you're trying to hold on.
Right. Okay.
But when I I know you haven't heard of Looksmaxxing, but it's more than just self-improvement. I mean, this stuff is like, it's dudes turning themselves into basically human LinkedIn profiles. They're trying to look as good as they possibly can.
Okay.
And one of the things I brought up on the podcast is that only a certain percentage of guys are getting attention on dating apps.
Okay.
And it does seem like a lot of young people just go on dating apps.
Yeah, I think that the young people.
It's just like
true.
part of their, part of being a young person.
Yeah,
Right?
even my son, when he was in college, they would go on the dating app.
Yeah.
They'd go on Tinder and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how they would.
That's how
find
the
people
young
in
people
their-
meet. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how the young ones do.
That was
Yeah,
the thing
I
with-
used to
yeah.
just run through the girls' dorm with just a sock on.
Right?
Yeah.
What are you, flea?
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, I did. I would always have bets. So like whoever lost, and I lost the bet, so I had to run through, and you had to bang on every door as you went down.
So
my God.
I think that yeah, that's the world that they're growing up in. I mean,
Right.
that's not how we were. I mean, we didn't grow up that
No.
way.
No.
We met people the traditional way.
Yeah.
I think with social media, you also, even if you're not on an app, you can meet people through, Facebook
Social
and
media.
Instagram, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Well, the other thing that it seems to be going away, I can't figure out if this is sort of overblown or if it's a reality. Young people aren't going out to bars anymore. The liquor industry used to be called
Right.
recession proof, right?
Right,
Everything
right,
was
right.
there. Kevin's got kids in his early 20s. He doesn't drink.
They don't really
Right.
drink.
No.
Yeah.
they don't like the drinking anymore. They're more into
Yeah.
The-
But my guys who
Yeah.
are a little bit older, 24 and 25, they love to drink.
right,
Well,
right.
they're Morans. too,
Well, that's
so
true.
that's
That's
Yeah.
50%
that,
right there.
that might be. That might be. But then my
Yeah.
youngest one says he probably will never drink.
Oh,
Wow.
But
okay.
when I go out and I always joke how old I am, but you start to realize that when the crowd turns over, you don't know anybody in a place you normally go to and have been
Right.
going to since it opened.
Right.
Because the crowd turns over and it's younger people coming
Right.
in, but younger by 20 years is 35.
Right.
And
right.
that's not 21, and that's not
Right.
going to keep that
Right,
ship
right.
floating there. So
Right.
I'm not really sure. But you guys have been on dating apps.
Mhm.
Be honest.
I mean, I was on it one time,
Oh,
Same.
like a long
I
time
was on one time
ago.
too.
I really did.
but do you
I'm
know
not on
people
it.
then who are on them?
I know people that
Yeah,
are on
I
them,
mean,
but
like,
yeah, I went on a dating app.
I know from our experiences.
Yeah, that was like 9
when-
years ago. It was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
If it lasted 30 days, I was like, get me out of here. These people are crazy.
We had
yeah.
the same situation. I think.
But were
But-
most women swiping on the same guys, or were the guys back then just
Do
reaching
you
out?
want to know what?
I was- I feel like I was getting a lot of the younger guys.
I was
'cause
getting a lot
they
of
have
younger
that
ones, too.
mentality. They want to be with the older,
Yeah.
good-looking woman.
Yes.
Like that was the thing. Like
Thank
they're so.
you, porn. Thank
Yeah.
you. No, thank you, American Pie. Yep.
Yeah.
Stifler's
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
felt
really
like that
what-
too, but but there
Stacey's-
I had to change my
Stacey's mom.
I remember the age, you pick the age group, the demographic or whatever that you want to meet someone.
Yeah, you can do
So
that.
when I first signed on, it was like, I was like, I think I was 50, so I'm like, all right, my age group. Well, let me tell you, the people in the same age group with me, they might as well have been 80. I
right,
was like,
exactly.
Well, you think they lied, or were they really
I just
50?
felt like
no, they just look bad
They
for
just
their
they
look
looked
old.
really bad
Yeah.
for their age, and so yeah, I remember being like, oh, let me back this down a little bit because I didn't know
That's what I did.
So
too,
then I
because
had to
was
back
like, I
down.
don't want people my age because
Yeah.
they look
Then you-
horrible.
then you
They
got
did.
the
We used to get drunk and go on them just to see who was on them of our friends so we
It
could make fun
was-
of them.
it was
On
all
dating
When
apps.
like the
yeah.
Tinder and Bumbles
Oh,
first come
yeah.
out, we'd get hammered one night and just get on
yeah.
there and we'd be searching around. Oh, look at this Tim.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, fucking Tim.
What was funny is I noticed just from being out in the going out crowd, I noticed on different apps,
the same guys
the
are on
same
all
guys
of them.
are on all the apps,
Yeah.
like the
Same
same
guys
guys
are on
what you
Ah.
would see.
Okay.
So it'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, there's that guy.
There's
again.
that
Like,
guy,
oh,
yeah.
he's on this one. Or,
They're
you
on
know, so,
everything.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
But I also, one of the dates that I did go on, I went on a couple dates with him, but he was like, oh my God, you actually look like your picture. Because he had the experience where no girls would look like their pictures.
Oh, that's
They would look
interesting, too.
horrible. Like,
Well,
you
here's
know?
the thing: is we live in a world of filters
Yep.
and
Yeah.
photographs. Like people, I don't even know how these girls do it, where they can make themselves look way slimmer than they really are. Like, I don't know the angles. I don't know.
Remember
People are pretty good.
Recently saw a woman that, they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we were looking at the picture, and like the guy is like a loser, and we're looking at the picture, and we're like, oh my! Remember, we were like, that girl, she's like a porn star.
Oh,
she's like,
I'm trying to think.
Look
of what
at
you're
her.
talking about.
I thought you said you weren't on the dating apps.
And then,
Yeah.
so we start stalking her Instagram and stuff.
I'm not.
Remember, we were
Oh, I
looking,
forgot about.
Are you the loser or the porn
yeah,
star?
because
I'm the loser.
we were trying to figure out like, how did this guy get good
Definitely
for
not
him?
the
You know what I
porn
mean?
star.
Good for him. You got this like girl, like she's like
right.
said they were
But
in a
but
relationship,
then
and we're
you-
like, she's like on a beach, like with her like bathing suit, and she's like, we're like, oh my god, look at this girl.
Does he have
But
a lot of money?
And then
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
it was the person that you think is this hot, gorgeous woman.
But it was filters. It was all.
It was
filters.
like AI and like
Oh,
I mean, to be
filters
fair,
and
we
stuff,
have a
so they-
screen that we could, another
You
screen
could
that
do
we
anything,
could make you
yes.
guys laying on the beach
Oh.
anywhere where you
Yeah.
could be hanging off the side of the Eiffel Tower or whatever you want to do.
right, because not AI, right? You can
right.
do all this-
Well, yeah, Photoshop.
Do you
Photoshop.
notice
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
women now on Facebook use AI as their profile pictures? They do.
I don't know. I got accused of using AI.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I had a woman say to me, "You got to stop with that AI picture." And I
Oh
go,
my god.
and I go, I didn't.
That's a great compliment, though.
I said, yeah, but I didn't do AI. And they go, well, you have a hairy chest, don't you? Your shirt's unbuttoned in there. And I go, oh no, I really don't. Let me see. And I go, okay, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, but okay, so not being on dating apps, but when you go out, I think there's something about, above all else, confidence in some way.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and I don't even know what. I guess I'm not sure exactly what that is in terms of
What?
confidence. Like you just come in and I don't know.
I think that you mean a confidence in a
Guy,
man?
yeah, because I
Um,
think that's a big thing that's it seems to be missing for some guys.
yeah,
And
That's true.
I
Yeah.
confidence
think
is very attractive. Like
Yeah.
a confident guy, it is being confident, not being cocky.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference.
yeah,
And
But yeah, there's a lot of confident, cocky guys. Yes, that's true.
but
well,
no,
that's
when
not
you're-
confidence though. I
That's
think
not
that,
confidence.
I think
Right.
that's
Or they
overcompensation.
Yes.
They think they're
Right.
confident.
right.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I think that that is an attractive personality.
Yeah.
You know, I do like that.
So
A
maybe
confident
you're
guy.
not like
When
an
a guy's
attractive
acting
guy, but you're,
too when a guy
confident,
would
yeah.
be like, say you meet them and they're acting too oh my god, you're out of my league, you know, when they're saying stuff like that and they're acting like, oh my god,
It's-
that is the word, like
Yeah.
that's the
Like,
worst thing
don't
to
say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's okay to, like, of course, who doesn't want to be complimented, but don't
Not-
sit there and be like sweating and acting like, oh my god, I
Yeah,
can't believe
I
it, you're
know.
here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that is
like,
the,
I
that
can't believe
is-
you're talking to me right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
That is-
what really?
I did.
Wow.
The out of the handful, I went on a handful of coffee dates. I didn't go out with anyone. But this one guy, he he could not, that's all he kept saying, is all he kept talking about was the entire, it was like, I didn't even stay long. It was like 45 minutes, and he was going on and on about,
I can't
about what I
believe
looked like.
this.
And superficial, that, I mean, it's like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't want superficial. I mean, there's more to me than, yes, we all want to look good,
Right.
but isn't there anything else that you find interesting about me? Like, is it all just about the, I
Yeah.
get you want the initial attraction.
I just
to
dropped my
somebody.
Yeah.
fork. Could you stand up, bend over?
Yeah, but then to the other side of it, you get that girl that looks really good, and then she opens her mouth, and you're like, oh.
And
then,
that goes
yeah.
for guys
That
too.
goes for guys too,
There's
yeah.
guys who think like,
Yeah.
oh God, he is so good looking, and then as soon as they open their mouth,
Oh
they're like,
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that scene,
Dumb as a
like that
box
scene
of
in,
lips.
it's
in
like
Grown Ups.
horrible.
I'm from Saskatoon.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah, I would say, so what do you think, and I know that you're not on dating apps,
No.
but what something a guy thinks is attractive about themselves or that they put out there, but it's actually killing them and killing their chances?
Killing their chances.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Is there, because sometimes you put on like you don't really know the person, right? So you are, I mean, everything on there is going to be somewhat superficial.
Right.
This is where, like, I always think some of the third party places are going away. Because if you don't drink, where do you go?
Right.
Where
right.
do you
I don't
where
know.
do where do you go to meet
Coffee?
people?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Workout?
I guess
The
the gym.
The
church. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I think it is when a guy
I think
has to tell you how great they are. When someone's telling you everyone loves me and like I'm so great and you're never gonna hear anything bad about me, you know, like when they're talking
like oh yeah.
talking them when they're trying to convince you how
Starting to think I
wonderful
could
they
kill
are.
on these apps.
You could kill, Bill. You could kill.
What
But,
about the guy holding the big fish or the big deer head? Then an immediate
in
left.
the picture?
That's
I
don't
don't think that's wrong. I mean, like if that's your
it's not
hobby or
wrong.
whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
But like I guess like
it depends on
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a
hunting.
I'm not a hunting girl, but if that's your hobbies, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What if he shows up with a dog with a pink collar?
Well,
in the
we're all
picture?
over, Bill. We went crazy over
Well,
this
see,
dog.
that's the thing.
The
Is like
dog, yeah.
I mean, I think with the workout
Nothing like
situation-
slaying chicks on the internet with your ex-wife's dog.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know.
It's like borrowing someone's baby.
Oh,
I'm
God.
walking around with someone's
well,
baby.
I didn't really have a choice.
I know.
But
The
no,
stories are unbelievable. Like I can't write them, but I have been told that if I say this, it's going to come off really bad.
It's even better.
I just want you to know that. I just want you to know.
My wheels are turning
Okay.
right now.
I have been told that I am confident, and I guess I am. I don't even think about anything.
Right.
I don't. There's nothing in life, and I've realized like in my life, I don't worry about anything.
right.
In terms of my safety. I'm not scared. I'm not
Right.
this. I'm
Yeah.
not that. Maybe I should be. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not. So, and that I have like a physical presence because
Yeah.
I'm taller and
You're
stuff.
yeah,
And none of that means anything to me.
right.
Like I
Right.
just never meant anything because you've always been this person.
Right.
And the fact that you were on the radio, so you had to be kind of outgoing and
Yeah.
engaging.
Yeah.
But to that same end, where you're talking about people telling you about this, I never said that I wouldn't tell people. I wouldn't tell somebody
You wouldn't tell them what.
that I was on the radio. Or
Oh
anything.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm only saying
Yeah.
that, and I don't even mean like because I wasn't dating anybody, but and a lot of people would,
Well,
find
you have
out.
that kind of radio voice anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember I just know in more of a business setting, somebody said to me, someone came in here and said, "You probably know who I am, blah, blah, blah."
Oh.
And they said, "I really didn't."
yeah, I don't
and-
like that.
right.
At all. I hate
yeah.
that.
And they
I don't
said
like that either.
they said, "You came in here and never said anything." And I go,
I
"Yeah,
like
because I
that.
would never it's just not it's not exactly who I am. It's what I
Right.
do.
Right. Yeah.
It's part of my
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
I don't
No.
like it either.
I agree with
yeah.
that. Like
It's
I
like
don't
when people have to tell you how much they have to. It's like that kind of
Oh,
stuff is not
yes.
impressive.
that's
not
that
impressive.
I can't stand
when you're
guys have to tell you about their money. and
Yeah,
what they
when they
Oh,
what
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
have and
Yeah.
what they do and
Right.
yeah, like
yeah, I'm not
that's
impressed
very
by that.
unattractive.
Yeah, I find that
don't
really
like that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Do not like that at all. Like
$11, baby. Let's go.
Let's see what you, yeah.
even like people, especially I think with us too, like because we're into the gym, they assume that you want to see like
You
a
wanna be
gym
with a
guy, like with the big
muscle.
muscles.
All right, well, but hang
and,
on though. Isn't it bullshit that the dad bod is considered sexy?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
bullshit.
all right.
yeah, I definitely don't.
I'm sorry.
I
I don't.
Me,
Screw
you
you,
don't have to be a
cockblocker.
bodybuilder.
I'm
You don't.
sorry.
Yeah, people assume sometimes with me that
That you want a bodybuilder, and
yeah,
no.
and it's not the case.
I don't either.
But I,
don't
want you
like.
to be in shape, and I want you to.
I want you to care about how
like,
you look.
like,
Right.
and enjoy it too.
Right.
Because I like that, so
Well,
I want you to enjoy it.
You want like people. You want like I want someone that's the same way as me. Like I
But I also don't want to walk into a gym and have a guy like grunting next to me, so he's letting me know how strong he is or
Yeah,
something. I'm like,
right.
I don't want to know about that.
right.
Yeah, don't do that.
Save that for later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just they don't need to be a bodybuilder, but just somebody that cares about how they look. Because you know what, I don't want to say anything bad, but
Yeah.
my ex-husband didn't step foot in a gym.
Okay.
And here this is something I've always done my whole life, and I care about what I look like, and I want to make sure that, I want to feel good about myself.
Right.
I don't do it for anybody else. I do it for me. But you get to reap the rewards of that, right?
Yeah.
And then when the other person
doesn't
care, it's like, well, that's kind of not fair, because I'm not finding this as appealing anymore as time has gone on,
You would
but
think
then
that-
the minute you guys separate, suddenly that becomes a priority for you. So it's like, why not
Oh yeah.
make it a priority
Well,
in
While you're
your
married.
life?
You gotta,
Yeah.
exactly.
You have to go through
That happens a lot.
that,
The guy,
you
with the girl and the guy, like the girl's working out and doing her thing and looking good, and then something happens in the relationship. The guy is
then
single.
suddenly the guy's
Now
like
he's,
lost 30 pounds in
taking
3
care
days.
of himself,
You're
looking
like,
better. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
I just
Yeah, I
think
know.
that
Well, you can't lose the breakup. I mean, that's just, you don't want to lose the breakup.
what do you-
Right. You don't want to, like, when the breakup happens, sometimes there is that motivation to, I'm going to show her.
right.
Oh,
So it's like the revenge
That's
thing.
true.
But
Sometimes-
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, but
I don't know. I know. Well, I was going to ask you, like, younger guys shooting their shot. Where's the play on that? Is that confidence or cringe in a younger guy?
honestly, I think it's not I mean, it depends on
on
how
what they
young.
say.
Yeah,
It depends on
It
how
depends
young
what they
and what they
say.
say.
Right.
And I will tell you.
Because some guys, young guys, can be very cringe.
Yeah, they can be very
so-
cringe.
But
I think that you probably had the same thing. The minute you're singled up and you're out, you start going out. You haven't really done this, and you're married your whole life, and all of a sudden you find yourself single and being hit on by people. The younger ones, I didn't realize this was a thing
Yeah.
when I got divorced, and it kept these young. You're talking
Yeah.
20 somethings. I'm like, I
know
could
at
be
first
your
you think
mother.
it's
I'm like sitting there
at
like,
first you think it's just a joke.
I'm like, what is this
but
guy?
then you realize, no, they
then
really.
they really want, and it is, they have to, I feel like they have to be confident young guys. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
yeah.
in order for me to find them attractive. Like, you could be-
exactly. They
you know,
have to be.
They would have to be confident. And actually, I did have a relationship with a much younger guy, and he
Amateur too.
was mature.
Maturity.
It wasn't like
mature.
he was much younger than me, but we had great conversation.
Oh, I was waiting.
Oh, we had great other stuff too, but we had great conversation.
Yeah, so
like
you-
when I say that
That
was
even
what-
makes it more attractive.
I
you know?
didn't didn't get involved with him for a long time. It was like as we were friends and just conversation for like an entire year before, we ended up crossing into that.
Yeah.
But I could talk to him forever.
Yeah.
It was like he just was
He was on your
really
level.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting. And so, I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
think you have to have the right. I would never be attracted to somebody that acted like an,
Immature.
Real
What's
immature.
the worst pickup line you heard from a young guy? I mean, there's got to be something.
Pickup
Oh
line.
gosh, the worst one. I
Like
mean,
you-
there's so many.
Well,
bad
I'm
ones.
here. What are your other two
No.
wishes?
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
there an airport nearby, or is it just my heart?
I mean,
taking
I don't
off?
even know.
Oh my gosh, I'd have to like look into.
You remind me of my mom.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be
In
bad.
case you're wondering, I am single.
Or like, or if they say you look like their sister.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
look
know.
just like my
Well,
cousin.
Well,
I'm
or you
like,
look
what?
just like my stepsister.
Oh, that's
Oh,
kind of weird.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I'm just saying.
Better that than cousin, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. How about older guys that are trying to stay in the game, right? That are and a lot of older guys.
He's looking for tips. He's
No,
not asking.
no,
you to choose
hang
a
on now.
question.
Hang on now. Yeah, maybe. But what I was going to say is, like, a lot of older guys, empty nesters. All of a sudden, you don't remember how to spend time together,
Right.
or you've let yourself go, and she's just disgusted, or you know what I mean, or you're out playing golf. You're just never around. So if you wind up in that situation, what should older guys be doing right now so to not get left behind?
What do you think?
Because I mean, I
I
think there's
know.
style's one, right?
The
You
way,
gotta-
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you've
guess-
got to dress nice.
Yeah.
I do believe
That's a
that,
very
like,
important-
Like how you.
Try to hold on to your hair.
Well, they can't really help that. So
Well, that's
not
one
fair.
you can't,
You can't.
right?
No,
You
that
see
one you
your-
can't.
Right.
I mean,
I know.
obviously, yeah, can't help losing your hair, so that's not even
Yeah,
nice to
no,
say.
I know.
But I think that so yes, you know, pay attention to how you're dressed. I mean, I for me at least, I'm
That's
really
important.
like
And
a sharp dressed man like that will get
Power
me.
blue suit.
I love
Maybe a little bit of a mullet.
I love some. No, I like a
good
well dressed
dress,
guy.
yeah.
I don't like. I mean, I guess there's a time and a place. You could
Yeah,
be,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you first of all, if you're going to get involved in a relationship, be honest about it and be honest about what your intentions are. If it's going to be if you want a relationship, then truly you need to focus on that one girl. So if you're still friending a million other single ladies, you're on Facebook and your whole Facebook feed is 3,000 other women out there that are, and that's to me, then that's a problem because you're still fishing. You're not focusing on her.
Right.
Be present, make the time, make the effort to do and try to integrate into each other's, because sometimes it ends up being one-sided where it's like, they're just trying to, they just want to do what they like, it's trying to pull you into their world. But we're at stages in our lives where we both have already established lives. We both have, friend groups and we've got routines. So unless you can figure out how to merge that, it's going to be really difficult. And, it's, if you can't be willing to, you come into some of mine and I can come into some of yours, but it's.
How about emotional maturity?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you all about
this is what I mean.
Yeah.
I really wonder if there's older guys that are try too hard or just don't know how to handle shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's both.
There's both.
And both sides. There's both.
There's both. But the
hard to handle for sure.
So my experience, a grown man, if you are emotionally unavailable, at 60 years old, I don't know if you can fix that. I'm not quite sure if that,
right.
So for me personally, it's important to be able to connect emotionally with somebody. I need more than just a superficial type of situation.
Right. Oh yeah.
So I need to connect in an emotional manner as well. I don't know.
I feel like at that age too, they're set in their ways.
They're
starting to get set in their ways. So I feel like,
and
it's hard to change that. You know what I mean?
So but I feel like women, I feel like we can be adaptable.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So,
well, women are more emotionally just are, and guys are kind of about fixing stuff and we don't know and blah blah blah. And I think that's sometimes where the disconnect comes from. But I don't know, younger, older, what would be your honest answer?
Of who to be with?
Yeah.
I mean,
in between, maybe.
I think
is there an in between?
Yeah,
in between younger and older.
I would say the problem with
not too young,
age
not too old.
Wait, you want the tweens?
The tweens, yeah.
Somewhere
tweens.
between 35 and 55.
Well, no, that's too. So too young. My experience with somebody that was much younger was the age gap just got bigger and bigger
that's very true.
As the years went on, it got
bigger.
bigger. It didn't close up. It was I'm going, I've had children. They're all adults now. They're, and this down here, this one has never been married. And so it's like the gap is getting bigger and you're at such different places in your lives. So I think that too young I don't see how.
Even career-wise,
I just remember being okay, maybe we seem like we match up really fine right now, but put 10 more years on this and what is it going to be like? I don't know. Yeah. You don't know what you're going to be facing.
Right. Or what you want.
And you don't want someone else to miss out on that.
And regrets that would come out of that. Yeah.
That would be, when you, if they're telling you, in the early stages of the whole thing that, they want to be married and have children and that's their plan in life,
Yeah.
but then you're
Like,
still
hey, honey,
years
I've
are
already
going.
done that.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Right.
All right, that
Yeah.
boat has sailed. Like it's
Mhm.
physically
That's not gonna-
impossible.
I know.
There's a lot of medical interventions that can go on, but not at this point.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
we're not
gonna
willing
miss-
to do it.
That person's gonna miss. If you
Out on life themselves.
you don't want, and
yeah.
you don't want that.
You
for
really
them.
love
Yeah.
them.
If you really care about them, you
Yeah.
want them to have all of those.
Right. You're not gonna be selfish just for that
Right.
moment that you want.
Right. But
Yeah,
then
exactly.
older, you think, okay, maybe I've only dated somebody 2 years older than me, so it's not that much older. But
More in common, I think.
More in common. But almost, sometimes it's almost like I feel like they're a little too old
Too
for me.
old, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like only because
Well, because you have a young. Me too. We have a young. Soul. I'd say, right? We have a young soul. I feel
so
like we like
it's
younger,
like the
not too
okay,
young, but
bedtime, time to, and I'm
Yeah.
not ready yet. I'm like, oh, I still want to have fun, and so, it's
I
like this
gotcha.
fine line,
Yeah.
But I think
I
that,
know.
that younger guy that dates that older woman ends up turning into that older guy who dates that younger woman because he wants to get what he had
right.
or
Then he's gonna
wanted
mess
with
out
the
on-
kids and the marriage. and all that.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah, yeah,
exactly
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
And I guess, and when you really think about it, men can have children in their 80s. Men
they
can
can,
still.
right.
yeah.
Women can't do that. The
No.
other way around, it's not that doesn't work. But how sad, like to me, it's like how tragic to have taken up that person's time for that long
Exactly.
and
Right.
and have them miss out on it. You
That's
really,
true. Yeah, that's
because
true.
you really want to go through that when you still have
Boy, I gotta tell you
energy.
that's some real wisdom what you're saying there, because that's something that people don't think about,
Right.
especially young guys who are thinking that they're just gonna tear a piece off and fall in love. They
Right.
fall in love and whatever happens.
Yeah.
I can see where older guys have stability,
Yeah,
younger guys have cartilage. You know what I'm saying?
they do.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, but other guys have medications. It's all. It all works out.
No, boy,
all works
I
out.
know. It's good stuff.
And I'm sure not all younger guys are perfect in that. I mean,
No, I
that
will say,
area
I will
either, so
say
I'm sure
I never went into that thinking that I was going to have a long-term situation with someone that much younger than me. I didn't. It just, you think that you can do things and be casual about something and then feelings get involved.
Yeah,
Right.
And I think to his surprise, I didn't think he expected that. I think thought he was going to be cool with
oh God, yeah.
and
Like, I'm
and
fine.
so
I mean,
yeah.
this
And
is
so-
this is on my resume.
right,
Right.
and so
What are you talking
as we made timestamps, it was like, okay, October 25th of whatever, that's it. And then it gets to that time and it's like, and it was him like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want, I'm not ready, and then over time it was, I changed my mind. I don't want this to end, and
and
it's
then
like,
you feel
can't-
bad.
And then I'm like,
yeah.
not that I didn't love him. I absolutely did. But it was like, this is not like, you can, no, that was not your future plan.
Why for you?
Why
Where
did
so many people would be so swayed by the emotion of it all. That's pretty
Because you were
insightful.
thinking more about him,
I
right?
will say the like I had said, the age gap kept widening.
Yeah,
And
he didn't really notice that.
I don't know. And
Well, you were starting to notice it.
I
with
was just
some
feeling
even some
like-
of the maturity things.
well, I
at
was
that point,
feeling
remember?
like it was I was, I had my last one graduating high school.
Yeah,
I'm busy with my kids' stuff, and so it was kind of like,
two different worlds.
and
Maybe you're being more
and I felt like I became more of too much
Mother.
of a. I became the one that was like the pillar now, and
yeah.
him leaning on me for a lot, and that's okay. It's just that I felt like that it started to shift more
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
like equal to parent child almost.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know it sounds horrible.
I think one of the things
but-
that
Yeah.
people have to do and don't do a good job of is being able to match the energy of
Right.
somebody else.
Right.
Right. Wherever that is.
It
right?
wasn't
Yeah.
that it. Yeah. It
Some people
wasn't
jump
that-
in too soon, and the
Yeah.
other person's kind of a little more. You know,
Yeah.
so you got to match the energy.
Yeah. It's not that you know, probably that whole experience. I mean, it was a extremely like there was. I cannot tell you the conversations that I had with this person. Like, I mean, being able to have someone be so the rapport was amazing. Like just talking about all kinds of things, like and even just hearing his dreams and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I really never had that
Oh,
good of
okay.
that kind of a connection along with all the other parts, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
other connections too,
Right,
you know, it
yeah.
was like, it was really, it was a really, I was a really great experience, but it also became a very hurtful, you know, it was
Yeah.
really hard. It was hard to
Because you knew
end.
that you had to.
It was,
But you
Like-
knew it. Like that's the thing is like you knew that there was a shot clock on this relationship.
well,
and
want to know, well, he was the one who started that with like, oh, you know, it's only going to be for this long. Like, let's just have the summer or whatever. Like he kind of was like
Yeah.
that. And then over time he was like, oh, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
yeah.
And then,
like he didn't want to.
he didn't want to, but
And
then
then,
I
yeah.
kept trying to say, look, this is going to break. I'm going to get too hurt in this. Like I can't continue because this is really hard for me because I don't know how to compartmentalize. Like I can't do that. I realized I'm
Like
not
the
cut
summer's
out.
over and this is done.
I can't
yeah.
just have a fling with somebody. I found that out. Like I'm not
Yeah.
cut out to do this. And so I don't want to keep going and end up being destroyed in the end of this. So we have a timeline. So let's just, you know,
Yeah.
and then, but then he, no. And then, so it continued on and then he turned. So it was like, it felt like in the beginning, it was, you know, he was all cool with the way things were, but then over time, and he
Changed it.
started to,
Yeah.
his feelings got involved.
Of course.
And then when I kept trying to, you know, then it would, because he would get so, I felt terrible. I don't want to break this guy's heart, but also, it had to.
That's some heavy stuff.
It was really
I didn't
heavy.
expect it to be heavy like
yeah,
that.
it was really, really heavy.
Yeah.
And sadly, you know, I tried to keep him in my life. I didn't want to lose this person as a friend. I just wanted it to be able to.
I've
and
never
he
been able
wouldn't-
to do that.
He wouldn't. He
Couldn't
can't.
do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he can't be. Like I knew that that was how he handled things, and I kept saying, I don't want it to be that. You know, the longer we keep doing this, I know that you're going to end up never speaking to me again because I know that this is how that goes with him. Like
Yeah.
it's a pattern
Yeah.
I've seen, you know, with other relationships that he had, you know, and so I tried really hard. And what I learned, my lesson out of that, even this was, you know, we had great conversations, like I had never been so thoroughly like, we picked apart the whole thing when we ended it. Like we talked about it like crazy. And we promised that we were going to still stay in touch. You know, we were still going to be in each other's life somehow. And it still didn't happen that way. And he still cut me off. I learned out of that experience that I cannot control how someone else is going to
Well, no,
react.
you can't.
And I wanted
right?
to so badly.
Right.
And
But that-
I learned that that's not the case.
I always
you
think
know?
that human beings are incapable of what is called unconditional love.
Right.
Only because if you just acted better,
Right.
I would love you if you just didn't do
Right,
this
right,
X, Y, or
right.
Z.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're right, boy. That's some like real insight and wisdom in there that you're spitting out.
I know.
It really is because I think that there's people that won't end a relationship like that because they're so involved and it's good and
Yeah. So it's more of a selfish kind of
it
thing.
becomes a
Yeah.
selfish thing, sure.
Yeah.
And to be able to see where you are in stage of life and what actually happens in a human being's life at that time,
Right.
right? You
Like
find
you actually
somebody
cared about
Right. And how
his
do you
life.
How
I
do
mean,
you
most
deny
people probably be
somebody?
like, I don't care.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's good for me right now. I'm not.
Right.
I don't
No,
care.
but
you
if
know?
See, you
you-
should have been more abused as a human being at some point in your life because I certainly was, and I can compartmentalize anything.
Well,
I can
so
fucking
I-
make this shit. Just,
Ironically,
who? What? I don't know that person.
Bill, I so have. That's ironically, I so have. I've got, I grew up in a very, I had an extremely abusive stepfather.
Okay.
And
Oh, let me bring up those
Yeah.
memories.
that was,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
but
step
you know what?
therapist.
No, I lived,
She's lived
it
that.
was 4 years of absolute torture. He was a schizophrenic alcoholic.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was really screwed up from being in Vietnam.
Yeah, sure.
And so some really
Schizophrenia is a really scary
heavy
thing because
duty.
you got to
You
hit
don't
some
know.
real parameters in order to meet the diagnosis.
right. So
You've got to have real high highs that just last where you
Yeah.
feel like you can run the world, and then just some fucking
he
dead.
had several personalities.
yeah.
And you never
Wow.
know. You
Yeah,
never
I know
knew
what's
who was
coming.
going to walk through that
Well, yeah.
door.
Wow.
He you got beaten for the most ridiculous things, like, if it was like, if one of the little kids next door offered me a sucker and I accepted that and he found out,
Yeah.
we're talking not just a little spank, we're talking full out
Wow.
beating session
Ugh.
because you don't take someone else's food.
Oh,
It was, so we
yeah.
were really conditioned to never accept anything from anybody around us,
Ooh.
and to the point where there was a kid next door, like the neighbors knew that. And this kid next door, he would blackmail me that way and say, if you don't do this, I'm going to tell your dad that you took food from us.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was bad.
Yeah.
But so
So your
yeah.
neighbor was me.
So my neighbor was
No, I would never have
trying
done
to get
that.
me to show him my underwear.
Oh. I mean,
If you don't show me your underwear, I'm going to tell your dad you
Oh,
took food from us.
what a way to
Oh my
go.
God.
I'm not kidding you. It was really messed
Wow.
up stuff.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Holy
terrible. I'm
cow.
sorry that all that happened because that's some heavy shit.
That's
But I
heavy
just
stuff.
think like the dating the younger guy thing is like it is the fantasy
It-
for many guys.
Yeah.
Not all older women are in shape. They're just not. So they're not. Everyone's the fantasy, unless
Right,
you like,
right.
unless you want a plush
Right,
doll or
right.
something. But the so to be able to though stay in that moment and realize this goes too far,
Yeah.
and there's going to be regret.
Right.
down
I
the
didn't
line.
want that. I
And that-
couldn't do that to him. But I also didn't I also needed to choose myself too in
Yeah.
all of that. It
Yeah.
became very heavy. It became very heavy for me. It was like there was a lot, I was
Man,
giving him a lot
if
of
I knew,
space.
if I knew, like, if I was like friends with your daughters or something, and I knew you were dating a younger guy, I'd be like, man, maybe I can be next. Right?
Let me
Like,
tell you.
You would go,
Yes,
"No,"
let me-
right? You know that that's what they were thinking. You know that there were guys showing up in the house thinking, God dang, I'm next.
Oh,
You know it.
God, that is
Absolutely.
hysterical. The my kids, I shielded them from it for a very long time. They had no idea, and it was kind of like I tried to keep that whole thing under the radar for a long time. I didn't
Yeah.
want people
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
Did I ever think that I would have gotten involved with somebody that much? No, it just
Yeah.
it didn't
It
even.
just happened.
It just happened. My kids ended up in the beginning. They were so mad at me.
Yeah,
They were
sure.
not happy. They were like,
Yeah.
what is
What's
wrong with you?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
inappropriate. And I'm like, and then
That'd be
it
crushing. too.
changed. No, but I know I felt terrible. But then I think because my daughters were in college, and I think that because the reaction from their friends, they were like, damn, your mom,
Yeah.
go girl.
Yeah, they're
I
like,
think they kind of like, they
Okay.
softened, it's like, it made them kind of be like, oh, okay, well, she's just
Yeah.
living her life. Let her
Right.
live her life,
Let her live her
yeah.
life.
And my kids ended up absolutely adoring him.
Really?
Once he did integrate into, I mean, they still bring him up. They're
Really?
like, can we bring him back? He was so great. They absolutely adore him. He is a really great person,
Yeah.
great personality, real, like he took such good care of all of us in a sense, because he was always looking out for me. Like
Yeah.
I could have anything that went wrong, he would jump in his truck and come right over. Like he would, even for my kids, he would do anything for any of us.
Yeah.
He really was an old soul,
Yeah.
and sometimes I would joke and say that he was a 80-year-old trapped in a 30-something-year-old body, because sometimes he acted older than I did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in certain scenarios,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, so yeah, my kids, it ended up being okay, but I would have never have, I never would have even thought I would do that.
Yeah.
I would have never thought I would have gotten involved with somebody like that.
No, I mean, Rebecca, we all thought she was on MILF Manor
She
too.
was on
I
MILF
mean,
Manor,
you know,
yeah.
that's,
I
it only.
Which I didn't realize was MILF Manor, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know you didn't know
Yeah.
it was MILF Manor. They did
But
try
yeah.
to rope you into that.
No, yeah. but
Yeah, and that's just
Yeah.
interesting, just to be able to see that and know it, and then realize out of that you need deep connection with somebody.
I need deep connection.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not a
and
fling kind of person.
I'm not, no. And I keep saying next
Just
life,
random hookups.
next life. No, I can't do that. I
Yeah.
can't do hookups, but I joke about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, next life,
You
raging
could.
whore. I'll be a
Yes.
raging whore in the next life, but in this life, I can't do it.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
just can't do it.
you probably could if it was somebody you were like, you know, yeah, you're okay for tonight.
I will tell you,
Yeah.
let me explain to you, Bill. I don't like, so I was 2.5-year relationship, ended a few months ago. The thought of, to me, bearing my soul to someone else, like I'm not like that. I don't want to get naked in front of another person. Like, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I need to feel, it takes me a long time
You
to.
can turn the fucking lights off. I mean, I guess.
No, I'm not worried about what it looks like me
Yeah,
naked.
'cause
I just don't want to
she
give you
looks
my
good
body.
naked.
I'm not just going to give it over to anybody. I'm not like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like
It has to be.
I when that relationship ended with the younger guy, I stayed, it was, about 1.5 years later before I even I started seeing, and that was the boyfriend
Yeah.
that I just broke
Yeah.
up with.
Yeah.
But it took me, it takes me a while. I don't
You like monogamy and you like deep,
yeah. And
yeah.
and I need to feel that kind of I need an
Connection.
emotional connection, so
Yeah.
so I didn't get that with the second one. Like this relationship, he had a very hard time with
That connection.
yeah, and so that feeling safe like that,
Yeah.
I could overlook a whole bunch of other things. But if I don't have that feeling
Feeling safe,
secure with
yeah.
and safety of that emotional connection, then all the other things, it's too much. You know what I mean? Like, so I could overlook a ton of other things. I
Sure.
can overlook a lot.
There's everybody has flaws.
Right.
Everybody
right,
has flaws,
right.
but if there aren't
But if there
these
aren't, like,
pillars here
yeah, you
that,
can-
that are going to support the relationship, I
Right.
can't do it.
Right. So
Yeah.
you need so yes.
Man,
Yeah.
who knew this would get so deep?
I
in
know.
here?
I know.
Why am I
This-
talking
God,
all
I
this
didn't.
stuff?
I'm sorry. I had no idea.
I
just,
didn't know either. Why am
I
I?
was a-
Rebecca,
well-
talk about the 20-something-year-old from Billified Manor.
Oh no, we already talked about that.
Did you dated younger guys too? No. Did your
Oh, yeah.
son ever get upset? I mean, I gotta think. He did.
No, yeah, because my past relationship was with a younger guy,
Yeah.
and he was like
He was in his 30s.
yeah. So yeah, they didn't like that. Like Tyler and his fiance, I guess. Well, I don't think Abby, but Tyler, he thought that he's still too young.
Yeah.
It
It was
mean,
what,
I mean, he's
14 years?
13, I
Okay.
think.
That's
Yeah,
not even.
13.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's
No,
that
it's not bad.
What
It's
was
really not,
yours
but-
that was so bad?
19
Oh, yeah.
19 years, yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So
Phew.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that big of a gap. And when I found out he was that much younger, I was like, oh, shame on you,
Oh.
girl. You're not.
What do you
gonna-
mean, shame on you?
I was like, I
You know that every one of your friends secretly go, God damn.
got so many high
I
fives.
know.
Yes,
So
of course you
right.
did. Of course you did.
I got a lot of high fives. for
and
that.
even the last one was like, oh, I probably don't compare to that young guy. You
Oh,
know, like,
see, but-
right?
but
Didn't
okay,
compare
no,
to-
but see-
we didn't talk about that. He didn't. He didn't.
But wouldn't
No,
he like
he when we
he
first
made a
started,
couple comments about it?
he in the beginning, like
Yeah.
was like, oh my God. Well, the first time, like in the beginning, when we first talked about stuff, and I had said that he jokingly was like, I feel like I should fist bump you. Like he made a joke about it, which I thought was funny.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right,
But
right.
then a little bit going into it, as time went on, I think it made him a little bit uncomfortable.
Self-conscious, yeah.
But
Why-
he never. That was not an issue.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Well, that would be. We'll wrap it up here, but I would think, like, I guess that's confidence. I never see myself in competition with anybody for
I don't.
anything
Yeah, I don't either.
at all.
Yeah.
And either you like me, you don't like
Right.
me, you're in, you're not
Right.
in, right? And I
Yeah.
get it. There's life and stuff. And if you were to date older, when you're older, I don't
Right.
mean older, but
Right.
when you're older, there's a lot of variables in the way,
Right.
you know, kids and commitments and family
Right.
things and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's not always like this, you know, I don't know, the music starts playing and then here we go on this whirlwind, right?
Right.
But to be the person that I couldn't imagine like even saying that.
What?
I couldn't imagine saying like feeling, oh, I must not measure up.
No, he did not say that.
No,
I don't
but-
know why
or-
you said that. No, he
no,
did
or
not.
not
Say
I don't
measure up,
mean
but
that,
like in
I
any
only did it a
way
couple
that it would
times.
eat at you.
He. I think it.
Sure,
He
it
made a
would.
couple remarks about it, but it was never.
Yeah,
It was never.
Yeah.
Like
No,
an
not
issue.
an issue, but
But
I mean, like,
in the beginning,
I
when
feel
I
like
told
in
him
the back
that,
of his
he
mind, he's probably
kind of made
thinking,
a
like,
joke about it, and that's when he said, "I feel like I should fist bump you."
Well,
like,
that
that's
is
pretty
funny.
good. So I thought that was a great attitude. But then I think it, you know,
Yeah.
Like certain
it
things
probably
here
made
and
him feel
there.
a little
Yeah.
bit uncomfortable in early stages, but it never came up after.
Because I always
you know.
figure this is the best I got.
Well,
This is it.
this is
This is
it.
it.
But you want to know?
You're either in or
what,
you're out. What do you want?
I
No,
don't even
I'm
think
kidding,
that that's a healthy thing to do at all in a relationship.
What's
is
that?
To compare to the person before you. I
No,
don't think that
ever.
that's
Yeah.
good at all.
Oh man, I
No.
would always think like, don't you just want to
That's-
make it fun with the
that's
person?
unattractive.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah,
Don't you just want to bring some joy? That's
It's
what a
just-
relationship
yeah.
should be. It should bring you some joy and some happiness,
Exactly.
a little bit of escape from
right.
the doldrums of life, the
Exactly.
realities of some situations, and it should be light and fun.
It
And if
should
the one thing it should be is, and I've learned this, that person should be your friend first.
Exactly.
Because we can say,
100%.
you know, I love you. You'll hear a couple, I love you. I don't like you. You really need to like them.
Exactly.
Really like that
Right.
person. And
Right.
that person can become, you know, you'll hear about partnerships, right?
Right.
The partnership. And I think that that's a big thing. I think, you know, Kevin, certainly you seem to have it with your wife with all the running around with kids and the way you balance everything. But that's like, it can go away if it's not
Right.
nurtured in some
Exactly.
way.
Yeah.
And I think you got to keep that the fun there and
I
make it
think so too.
and bring the fun and the energy. And I never really liked serious shit.
Right.
So I was always fun. I mean,
Right. So you're the one that's but you know that.
but that's not always good either, because sometimes you got to be serious.
Sometimes you have to be serious, but you want to know. I think what you just said is the most important part. Is you need to be friends.
Yeah.
Like you need to truly enjoy each other's company.
Right.
Whether like outside of all the other, you want a physical attraction. You
Sure.
want to
Yes.
have good chemistry and all that. But the friendship part is what's gonna, I feel like that friendship part, being able to have fun with that person, and that's your go-to for all
Yeah.
the time. That's going to keep you
Well,
together.
I also think
you
when
know.
when the shit hits the fan,
Right. That
right?
You know that's
that
who,
person's got you
That's
and
right.
you've
He's
got
got you.
them,
Right.
and
100%.
it's
You don't have
it's
to worry about if you're gonna break up.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And there just is that confidence. I don't know if I was always kind of an idiot or not. I never cared who somebody dated in the past.
Right. You shouldn't.
I did, and I just figured, well, I don't know, but I would always go, well, you're here with me. Obviously, I
Right.
did
Well-
something right.
well,
So
that's
why am
right.
I going to sweat this?
You can't.
So if you do, you know what happens is that's when it all goes to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
When
you
you're-
start doubting anything, no matter what it is,
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
care what it is. You start doubting your sobriety and you're trying to stay sober. You're going to fucking lose.
It's not gonna,
Right.
yeah.
So it's like you just have to always just kind of go with that. And when you have those moments of doubt, go take a walk or something and move on, because there's nothing that's grosser than trying to almost pigeonhole someone into being
Right.
something like, you weren't there for me. Scorecards suck in relationships.
Mhm.
Scorecards suck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're on the bottom of the wheel. Sometimes you're on the top of the wheel. It's always going to be rotating.
Right.
And when it's your turn to be on either place, enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Lift that person up and do the thing.
I love
Yep.
that.
And I'm
I
single.
totally agree.
So.
Yes.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Check out the Two Fit Chicks podcast. It's one of a couple that we're producing here, Bill Moran Productions. Kevin, I love what Kevin's been doing a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. And,
Ooh, nice.
We didn't play our game tonight. We ran out of time.
Oh, we ran out of time.
That's right.
Darn it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was
think
on
we
the
did
hot seat, man.
I know. I didn't mean to put you on the hot seat. I was not trying to put you on the hot seat. You were very, very open and very engaging on that. It was really, really good. For the two fit chicks, Rebecca, Joanne, for Kevin Muir, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.
Up California, baby, things have gotten worse. The land of opportunity for me is just a curse.